Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So in this one, we are going to go and take a look at the new boss in the TIDAL party. This new boss is going to be Summer Ibuki, and she's a little bit different. I'm going to say she is a little bit different. Now, how she actually works is unlike a lot of the other bosses. And I'll probably show you the runs that I did. Right, I don't think the score I've got is the best score I can get, right? I'll show you what I did for that score, because when I was doing it, I didn't actually notice the way her kit works, right? But we'll go in and we'll do it just now, right? So if I go into replay, we'll replay the first one. Right, so what I didn't notice here is my Blanca team, I attack straight away with my Blanca team, because with my Blanca team I'm trying to get flame stacks in, I'm trying to burn the unit, and if you leave it too late, burn is not going to be as effective because you don't have the same period of time for the unit to burn, basically, right? So I allow my Flame Blanca unit to, my Dalsim unit to start working straight away, because the quicker he starts working, the quicker the stacks of burn can build up, the quicker the unit can start burning away all of its energy. Now, the one thing I didn't notice at this stage was how slowly her super bar moved, right? So you'll notice it here. This is probably where I started to notice it, because this was a manual battle, right? And it wasn't actually right away that I noticed it, but you'll notice that the super bar moves extremely slowly, and the reason for that is this unit is still a trigger unit. She's just triggered by you. So basically what happens is when you do a C1, she will pop her first skill. When you do a C2, she again will pop her first skill. Meaning that you can wait, right? You can wait, and then when you do your fast combos, boom, 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 she's going to do fast combos, right? So you've got to bear that in mind, and I think that's a little bit where the strategy of this one's going to come into play, because I feel like there's going to be ways to get around about that, and it could be things like, for example, if you're using the new Elena, who has sustained healing, where she'll give you a heal, and obviously you heal a bit more over time. So if, for example, you do a combo, and this is what I'm going to try on this next run, if you do, say, 2 combos, and then wait, allow your stacks to build back up, and then do a couple more, you might get a little bit further. I'm not entirely sure yet, so that is what we're going to try and do when I do these 2 runs. I've not really looked at very many free-to-play team options yet. I mean, this right here is one, you know, and to be honest, I think my flame team is one. I need to look at the flame team again. I mean, you've got Gormalagia Ken in there. You could potentially move him, you could potentially take him out and maybe put in more healing, but maybe that's going to give you less damage. It's not, he's the only pay-to-play option in that team. But obviously he is quite a solid pay-to-play option, so it's kind of hard to call that one a free-to-play team in any way, shape or form, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and see if I can do better, right? If I can improve these scores. So here's what our kit is. Summer Ibuki's super combo accumulates slowly, as you guys seen. Apple, go away, I'm busy! You've seen that, right? But whenever an enemy performs combo 1, she unleashes Bouncy Swim, like I said, and whenever an enemy performs combo 2, she unleashes Ring Poke Technique once, like I also said. And if we look at this, we've got Ring Poke Technique, jumps up into the air, throws a swim ring that bounces 2 times, dealing damage to targets in a small area each time that it lands. And if we look at the first one, Bouncy Swim Ring, tosses a swim ring, dealing damage to all enemies once, then throws a kunai, dealing damage to all enemies once again. Right, so her kit is pretty much like her own kit, except instead of her teammates triggering her, you trigger her, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to make some changes, right? I don't know so much about putting Elena on this team. I was going to try that. I kind of pre-built these teams before coming into it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Elena onto this back team, right? Which maybe is not the smartest move in the world, but hey, we're going to do some changes here. So I'm going to put Monster Hunter Ken on this team. No, I can't actually, because I need to put the new Elena on there. So I'm going to put, I think we'll go with Speedy Boy, right? We'll go with Speedy Boy, and then we will put him at the back. Once I've got Elena on this team, we will take the new Elena off. We'll put her on here, because she should in theory be given as additional attack and stuff like that anyway. So we'll put her there, and then what we're going to do in this first team is we'll put Monster Hunter Ken back on here, and we'll swap him with normal Elena, trying here to keep this team alive a little bit. Again, I'm gonna do this one auto. This is the only team I'm going to do full auto from the start. On this one, I'm gonna do it. Although I feel like she is probably the best option to go on that team, trying to keep the team alive is going to be quite important. So I'm doing this one manual, so it doesn't really matter. We'll keep what is her name? Cammy. We'll keep Cammy up top on Evil Ryu, because Evil Ryu is a trigger character, so hopefully she'll get some stacks off. And for up here, we've basically got Bison on support to revive Guile if he goes down, and we've got Virgil hopefully stopping Viper dying. We'll give this one a try. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but we'll give it a try, right? So I'm going to leave this one running on full auto, because like I say, we need to get the burn stacks in. I believe the first run I got, what, 24 million, I want to say. I think it was about 24 million. So we'll see what we get here. Obviously we're losing out on some boosting, but we're already over 24 million anyway. We're well over 24 million. That was a big change. Not quite sure why Elena's made such a difference, but she's made a big difference there. And that's it's quite a vast improvement. It's quite a vast improvement, to be honest. Right, so we've got that one in the bag. This one I need to do manually, so I'm going to look down and see if it works out. I can't really do the whole pausing thing. It's on the final team. I'm going to do the trying to not be as fast, because the quicker I pop off my C1 again. In fact, you know what? I actually think it might work better on manual. I actually think auto. Sorry, I think it might just work better on auto. So I'm going to just actually make this team be an auto team, because auto takes longer, and the longer it takes, the longer it's going to take to get to the next rotation to pop the C1 and C2 again, which means the healing that is a recovery healing is going to have time to actually work. So I actually think it might work better manually. Auto, so I'm going to do the same here, right? I'm going to leave this one on auto as well, and I'm going to see if it does yield a better result, right? However, the first turn I'm going to do manual, because this is the auto combo I'm going to use. But the first turn I'm going to do manual, because I want Evil Ryu to get one combo start in. Now I'll pop auto and we'll see how this goes. Right, I'm not sure what kind of score I got from this the first time around, but I did it manually, and I was trying to tap as fast as possible, basically. This one, however, I don't have the benefit of a healer who's given us like healing over time, so I'm not sure if Summer Yang will actually make much of a difference here, but we'll see in a minute. See what kind of result it comes out with. I feel like it was over 20 or 200. Right, so I don't know if that was better than the first one, but this is going to be the one that tells us, right? So I done this auto the first time, This time I'm going to do it manual. I'm going to set this as the combo, but I'm going to again do the first combo manually, and then I'll do the other combos on auto. I don't think this team's going to give me as good results because this team is an auto team, a manual team, right? Because you're kind of designing this team about getting Guile popping really quickly, right, to build up that saber stacks, right? So this one might not yield as good results, but we'll see, right? I'm hoping this healing over time, because I'm not popping off the C1 as quickly and the C2 as quickly, will hopefully pay dividends. But again, we'll see, right? So Elena's got them back up to full health. She's popped that. That's fine, but they're still healing. Right, see, they're healing. They've got their health right back up a wee bit. Elena's popped again. They've got the healing going again. Can we keep healing here? Is that would be handy? Right, Elena again. Can we heal? Oh, we're still alive. Still alive. 15. I mean, popped off. Guile's dead. Viper's dead. 20 million. Is that higher? Is that lower? I don't know. I think I'm going to have a higher score overall because of that first run. I did, but not by much. Not by much. So, if I just double check that, the first team definitely came out better. The following two teams didn't come out better. So, what do I put that down to? Do I put that down to me not doing manual for the second two runs, or do I put that down to just luck? It could just be luck, you know, 100% could just be luck. So I'm going to just see if it was luck or not, right? Did Elena actually make any difference whatsoever to that team? So let's go back to here, put you back up here. We'll go back to doing the manual. Auto, sorry. I mean, we may have just got really lucky with Dalsim getting lots of flame stacks, and he might have got all of the flame shield boost things from, or wildfire boost, sorry, from Fashion Blanca. We'll do that manually this time, and we will do this one. In fact, you know what, Elena? Nah, see, I'm so torn. Nah, we're going to go with it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again. Right, just going to try it again. This time, I'm going to stick with auto on this one, but I'll do the other two manually, right, just to see if it does yield a different result. Because there must be a way to min-max, right? Because normally when you do these things, right, when you do the manual attacks, you're doing the manual because you're trying to time the super attacks, right? You're doing manual to beat the fact that you know that the team that you're fighting against, you know that they're going to come back, you know that they're going to... No, see, that definitely is not doing better. You know that they're going to attack you again, right? So you're trying to get off as many combos as you can before they go on to their next super attack chain and all the rest of it, right? But you've not got the luxury of that with this one because you are the cause of that super attack. So that's why I was thinking that there must be a way that you can sort of circumvent that. But quite clearly I'm not 100% sure just yet what that is. Well, actually, do you know what? I don't think he would do as much damage, but I wonder if you could circumvent it by using 2 trigger units that trigger on a C1. So it would mean that you've got your super attack, strong character, doing a C1, and then 2 trigger characters popping a trigger attack that's based on a C1. Because then that means that the enemy you're fighting is only ever going to do one of our attacks, but you're going to be doing 3 C1s essentially without taking the damage. I mean, it seems like a risky play, but I could try it. I might try it actually. You know what? I think I'm going to try it, right? So I'll do it in the first team because then the first team's the easiest one to change. Pretty sure that he activates on a C1. Combo 1, yep. If I take, say, my own Summer Ibuki, She... When a super combo's unleashed, she'll pop that one. And when a combo 1's unleashed, she'll pop that one. So if I put her in there, she'll pop a C1. And she'll pop 2 attacks actually. And he'll pop a C1. And if I have... Who else is a trigger character? I mean, Evil Ryu is a trigger character, but I feel like that's a bit too much. So if I go with 2 of them, and I take, let's say, who's got a very, very strong C1? 304%. This is just an experiment, guys, right? He's 104%. She has not got a C1. Who's got a C? You've got a C1. What's your C1 look like? You've got 406%. I'll try that, right? We'll try... No, I won't try Judy, actually. Because I need to go and put stuff on her, and I can't be bothered doing that. Guile, what's Guile's C1 look like? Guile, where are you? Where are you, Guile? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're on that final team, so... Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Actually, we might have just found the answer. Right, we'll try this. It's going to be a bit nuts, right, guys? A bit nutty. So we'll change you. We'll change you. We will change you. Change you. We will put broken formation onto you. Boom. Okay, I've only got him up to level 20. I should really get that leveled up further. Got how many of your cards have I got? 1. Could do with more cards. Right. So we will put you into that slot. Now I'll put you there. Put you there. And then, as crazy as it's going to sound, we will put you in this absolute bonkers team that I have no idea if it's going to work or not. We will put you there. Because if I'm right here, this should pop everybody. This should, we'll soon see in this experiment if this works. This should pop everybody, so this should make her do this skill, which will remove buffs and debuffs. Then we'll have him popping his C1, which will increase the rate of trigger skills, which will then make Ibuki and Ken do their triggers, at least one of them, and Summer Ibuki should not be able to attack much anyway. Let's see if it works. Right, so I'm going to need to let our stacks build up a wee bit here, right? So the point here is I want our stacks to build up to almost maximum because we're only doing 1 attack, so it's going to go through them very quickly, right? It's going to go through them very quickly. And I don't know if it'll build up enough damage to actually matter, right? But she shouldn't be able to kill us. Right, so we've got it up to level 3. I think that'll do. So I'm going to pop this, do this. Let's see what happens. So we should get lots of triggers going off here anyway. And she should not be getting a lot of attacks in, so there is that. Yeah, this is not going to do enough damage. No, it's totally not going to do enough damage. This was a terrible experiment. This was an absolutely terrible experiment. So, yes, no, that experiment did not work whatsoever. Yeah. Shocking, shocking. I'm going to need to figure it out. I'm going to sit, I'm going to try and figure it out, and I'm going to see if I can figure out the timing on this, because, again, if I do it too fast, she just kills you quickly. There's space in between where I think getting yourself healed back up a wee bit, getting shields activated or something, I think is going to be the key to doing this one. But she's a little bit different, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a different way to tackle her. I really don't think I can get that trigger to do anything. Somebody suggested before, I think it was Solo, I don't know if you guys know who Solo is, but he was thinking that you could do a team with her and Gormalagia Ken, but you would use enough characters to get your C1 and your C2 done, which would hopefully mean you wouldn't need to have a full team of characters, so you'd sacrifice your C3 to basically have her and Ken in the same team. There might be some idea behind making that work, but hey, what I just tried there failed, so I'm going to leave that in there as a failed experiment, because failed experiments are a step towards successful experiments. But anyway, this is Summer Ibuki. She's a bit different. We'll try and figure out some strategies for it, and we'll have more videos if we figure it out, talking about how to beat her. Anyway, catches. Peace.